can a reader or a small business owner, aspiring entrepreneur look at those buckets that you just described, choose the right one for the conversation that they're looking to have, and be better at influencing others with the language that they use?
Yeah, so let me give you a really concrete example. It's one of my favorites. It's really easy tactically to use. A number of years ago, some researchers were interested in something all of us care a lot about, which is how can we increase our influence, right? Who wouldn't want to be more effective in getting others to say yes and support our causes and initiatives and come on board as clients? They actually looked at children. So they went into a local school and asked pre-K kindergartner kids to help do something kids hate doing, which is cleaning up the classroom. Rather than just saying, hey, can you help clean up, like they often might do, for half the kids, they say, hey, can you help clean up the classroom? But for the other half, they try to subtly, but importantly, different approach. Rather than asking the kids to help, they ask those kids to be a helper and clean up the classroom. Now, the difference between help and helper is infinitesimally small, right? It's only a couple of letters. Yet those two letters had a big impact. Kids that were asked to be a helper were about a third more likely to say yes. And you might say, well, that's interesting, but that's just kids and cleaning up a classroom. What does that have to do with adults and more consequential behaviors? And so more recently, some researchers did exactly that. They looked at adults and a more consequential behavior, which is voting. And so they sent letters to a number of adults asking them to turn out to vote. We all know we should vote. We don't necessarily do it. For some folks, the letters said what pitches often say, which is, hey, please go vote. For the others, that pitch had a subtle difference in language. Rather than saying ask them to vote, it asked them to be a voter. Now, again, the difference between vote and voter is quite small. It's only adding one letter at the end, adding an R in this case. Yet it led to about a 12% increase in people's willingness to actually turn out to the polls. And so sure enough, that's interesting, but your listeners might be saying, okay, great, but why? Why is voter more effective than vote? Why is helper more effective than help? And it all comes down to the difference between actions and identities, right? So we all know we should take certain actions. We know we should vote. We know we should clean up. We know we should eat healthy and exercise and all these things. But we're busy. We don't have time to do all these things. But what we care a lot more about than just specific actions is holding desired identities. We all want to see ourselves as smart and like a good citizen and helpful and all these different things. And so if actions become an opportunity to claim desired identities, well, now we're much more likely to take those actions, right? I know I should vote, yes, of course, but suddenly if voting becomes an opportunity to see myself as a voter, well, now I'm more likely to do it. Helping, yeah, I know I should help, but I'm busy, but helping becomes an opportunity to show myself and others that I am a helper. I'm much more likely to do it. And so by shifting from the language of actions to identities, we can make people more likely to take those actions to claim those desired identities.